happy Saturday and also good afternoon coffee cheers. Okay, so today's episode is going to be, oh man, it's going to be a doozy. We're going to be talking about a very hot topic right now that's all floating around X, along the Reddit stock community as well too. A lot of people are losing their heads, and a lot of people are really debating on a really big issue. Is SoFi going back down to the low teens, primarily, I want to say, $15, $14 level? Is Hood going to be going all the way down to the $50, $60 level range, right before Liberation Day sell-off last year? And we do have a lot of data coming out next week as well, too. So this is going to be a very jam-packed video. If you enjoy my content, completely free, smash the like button. I pretty much have quite a few active daily viewers on this channel now. Love each and every single one of you. Definitely let me know if you're enjoying this content. We ended up picking up a couple new subscribers here as well, too. Thank you so much. Subscribing is entirely free. So let's go ahead and dive into it. And also, later on in this video, going to be going through my own personal opinion, plus my channel public account here as well, too. And pretty much my game plan for next week and the upcoming next couple weeks as well, too. First off the bat, let's go over some data that we have next week. So we pretty much got a really good bounce from just basic CPI. Inflation really does look like it's cooling off. Obviously, the tariffs is really looking like it's potentially just a one-time thing, per se. And with that incentive, maybe we're going to be seeing a couple rate cuts. Not to mention, why would President Trump pick a hawkish Fed member? Because obviously the person he chose, if he does actually make it through the nominee process, but the person he chose is obviously a little bit hawkish when it comes to rate cuts. Or is he? Question mark. That's really been picking a lot of people's brains. And the guy does have a strategy, whether you hate him, love him, dislike him, like him a little bit. We got midterms coming up too. So, I mean, the guy has stated, Trump has stated that he wants interest rates down to refi a lot of American debt. It would not make sense for him to basically nominate a very hawkish Fed member. Unless maybe we know so, or maybe they know something we don't know. Hold on. Man, I love some afternoon coffee, huh? Maybe they know that the labor market is going to be going down to Chinatown, which is going to then force the Federal Reserve to cut rates regardless of inflation. Who knows? However, the labor data we're getting is speaking the opposite. The labor market is seeing a pretty solid bounce. So next week, Monday, obviously is a holiday, President's Day. I probably will be making a video on Monday regardless, just kind of like this video per se. Whenever stuff really blows up on social media, I kind of really like to talk about it. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, not really so much, although sometimes the builder confident index may actually sway the market if we really need like a catalyst per se. But the big thing that people are looking at is primarily going to be Thursday initial jobless claims. And then we also have GDP with PCE. The PCE has been Powell's favorite tool to cut interest rates. So if GDP comes in as a banger and inflation shows kind of, hey, we're going in the right lower direction here, or maybe it just comes in line with the forecast, we could very well see another rally maybe at the end of next week. Short-term wise, maybe early in the week, maybe we experience some pullback and stuff. Maybe this rally is not going to continue from Friday. Who really knows here? Okay, so that's pretty much the data coming for next week. I'll be making videos on here. So if you want to see more of my content, definitely smash the like button and check back here on a daily basis. I try to put out videos on this channel Monday through Saturday. Tomorrow, not going to be putting out any stuff. I'm a bachelor, so my Valentine's Day is spent with my coffee mug, and my dog. So, kind of really lucid a little bit that it's actually Valentine's Day, but happy Valentine's Day to anyone celebrating that. Okay, so the big topic is really around SoFi and Hood. Two stocks that I am extremely bullish on. If you've been following me for a while now, I have a massive position in SoFi, over 2,000 shares. My public account here, my SoFi shares actually used to be up by over 100%. Nightmare, why didn't you sell out, take your profits? Because I'm a long-term investor in SoFi. I'm here for the long term on SoFi. Unless their long-term vision changes, like a lot of these Mag 7 companies with their CapEx spending, capital expenditure spending, Amazon 200 bill, Google 180 bill, Meta is over 100 bill. So for me as a Meta shareholder, my strategy has definitely really changed a little bit, plus my price projections in the future. So unless SoFi changes their strategy where Anthony Noto, it doesn't look like they're going to be doing that, I'm going to be continuing buying bonus shares on this account. My private account, I'm not looking to add anymore. It's kind of really humorous. I got 1,642 shares on there. My average is $7.41. Unless SoFi breaks below $10, probably not going to average up on that account. Initially on that account, I was looking to only have 1,500 shares, and the reason I went over my shares that I wanted to actually have as a full position is because the stock continued to triple beat and the stock continued to get obliterated. Kind of really funny. So this account of SoFi shares is my bonus shares on my account. I own Robinhood on my private and also public account here too. And I really want to talk once again about SoFi and Robinhood, not really talking about SoFi versus Robinhood. I uploaded a really good video a couple days ago on this channel. It's really worth a watch. It's a little longer. I believe it's like 22 minutes. I'll try to keep this video under 15 minutes. I respect your guys' time. I know that there's so many other YouTubers out there that you probably follow and stuff. So I'll cut out all the BS and just get to it. But that video is very in-depth. This video is not really SoFi versus Robinhood. It's just really some of the bears stirring up like the pot. But if it does play out to tuition, people that are very much long-term investors like myself and a lot of you all, it's going to be a buying opportunity like friggin' crazy, like Liberation Day last year. All the shares of SoFi on this account that I have, and for anyone who's unaware, I'm doing a public account challenge, looking to take this number here to 6 figs in the course of 17 months. If I do deposit $2,500 more, it goes down to 16 months. Another 25, it goes down. It's gonna, if I don't lower the account challenge, it's kind of really cheating. Why am I doing a public account challenge? For motivation and also to show that you don't have to be a big wig investor to really make some moolah. You can take a couple tens of thousands to well over 6 figs. You can take a couple 3 figs to a couple 4 figs, a couple 4 figs to a couple 5 figs. Okay, it's all about finding the right companies and trusting the management team, and knowing that you have a team that just execute. Robinhood's team, they execute, but because their model is based around people taking risk in the market, and the market is risk off, their earnings is going to be lower than it was previously. That's all. Robinhood is a risk-on company, okay? SoFi is growing at a linear line. SoFi's doing this. Robinhood, they're growing up as a risk-on market. Oh, risk off. Oh, no. We got to take it back. Oh, risk on. Oh, risk off market. Oh, no. So Robinhood is not linear because their growth really depends on a risk on. But there is a very big debate right now about SoFi sending SoFi down into the low teens here. So basically, pretty much, we have a very big support. And I've been talking about this level for a while. Yes, I'm a long-term investor, but I'm also a trader, and I know technical analysis. A lot of investors don't like learning moving averages. They don't like learning exponential moving averages, simple moving averages. You got to know this stuff so you know when that potentially maybe a bottom is near, maybe a top is near. On a technical basis, a stock is way oversold. Maybe it's time to take some chips off the table. Yesterday, I ended up selling a Meta share, and I ended up redeploying that money into 2 different stocks, because I see a lot more upside. Stuff like that, okay? You gotta know the technicals. $18.36 is a big level. Okay, we hit this level right in January 2025, right after earnings. Ironically, they ended up triple beating. Go figure, right? Like, it's opposite day for SoFi, but there's going to be a time and place when SoFi is going to do a triple beat, and it's going to be an epic push higher, baby. Okay? Those days are going to come back. We just have to keep enduring this pain, this nonsense in the market. If it's one thing that I do agree with President Trump, is that we get good data in the market and the market goes down. Those days need to end, and we need to get back to a normal market. When we get good data, the market busts through all-time highs, okay? So January 22nd, earnings, right? Right before, a couple months before Liberation Day lows. It's a big support of basically going all the way back to the stock. Basically, these levels, what we're basically seeing here is gigantic head and shoulders, essentially. Very, very sharp, very volatile moves up, consolidate a little bit, and then push all the way down. Obviously, this was 2021 also, but there's a lot of support around this area. And if we do actually break this massive tip at $18 here, we could very well trend down. Very well. It's going to be a new range. Right now, SoFi has a pretty decent range from 18, which we haven't made down to just yet, but it can go all the way up to potentially maybe $25. It's a big friggin' range, okay? Me personally, I'm not trading SoFi. If you are trading SoFi, yeah, obviously probably know of this range that I'm talking about, basically from 18 all the way up to 20, 24, 24 and 2480, 2486. But if we do bust down here for whatever reason, there's a really good probability that we could very well see these low levels, like 14 something. There are obviously perma bulls on social media that are really trying to scare out people. A lot of people that post negative stuff like that, they've either bought SoFi at or near all-time highs, or they ended up selling out way too soon and they're just friggin' jealous. Okay, there are a lot of nasty people online. I've been on YouTube since 2008. 2008. I run other YouTube channels. One of my other YouTube channels is a gaming channel with 207,000 subscribers. I had a lot of analytics many years ago, and I've dealt with a lot of disgusting people. A lot of people that post this bullshit, they are just very jealous because they did. But let me ask you this. If you are posting something on social media saying SoFi is going down to 15 or 14 something, right? SoFi is down right now from all-time highs by 70%. The stock is undervalued. Wouldn't it like make sense for you to just get into SoFi right now and stuff? That's what just doesn't make a sense about a lot of these perma bears, is that their ideology is just backwards. But that's the way they are. They're just very backwards orientated people. Now, as for Robinhood, there's people that are saying, hey, we need to really go down to essentially Liberation Day, pre-Liberation Day, which is going to be $66. And we may even fall into Liberation Day around 50. Robinhood has a lot more momentum to the downside, just because the market is risk off. And I say that respectfully. Like I said, I own the friggin' stock. My average on Robinhood is, obviously I'm down 23% on this position. I got a better average on my, private account, but still, I mean, I'm down on my position. I don't mind increasing my position on this account to potentially maybe $6,000 to $8,000 for a total cost basis. That may seem like a lot, but when Robinhood is in a risk-on environment, oh man, hold on. They move up very quick. Okay, so what do I personally think could very well happen? Personally, I think we could see these type of stocks be stuck up until next earnings. Stuck very much in the range that they are trading in. So basically stuck in this range up until next earnings. Why? Because we just had amazing earnings on SoFi. We had amazing earnings on AMD, Palantir, Record. Obviously, Robinhood grew, but obviously their crypto took like a kick in the nuts. Still though, I mean, we knew it was coming, so it's not that much of a shell shocker. Meta, Big CapEx, Adobe. Actually, Adobe is about to report. They report a little later. PayPal, different story. An Honest Company, they're going to be reporting soon too. But regardless, you had so many of these companies. You had Google, you had Amazon, you had just clear-cut earnings season be amazing. They sold off because of fears. So that pretty much means that the market is looking at those stocks and rotating out of the big names into smaller names now. Even though we do have Nvidia coming up too, which is going to be very big for semis, my AMD baby. But regardless, it's really probably going to have to be until next earnings and closer to the Fed governor switch. Once we get the new Fed governor doing a lot of interviews, giving his layout, then we're probably going to be getting clarification. So, I mean, can SoFi go down into the teens? Who friggin' knows? If something ends up happening to the market, what will I personally be doing? I'm going to be picking up bonus shares because the company is growing and obviously the stock price is having a hard friggin' time. Anthony Noto has stated that he's in a blackout period, and March 1st, if he's not in a blackout period anymore, he's going to be a buyer. He has literally said that fair value is like in the 30s for this stock. So, I mean, when you go ahead and break that down, you literally just understand and remember why you got into these companies. But do I really feel SoFi is going to get down to the low teens again? It's getting hard to push these stocks down. It's because we're already down from all-time highs by 70%. What does the market want? SoFi to go down like even further? Like, imagine if SoFi went all the way down to 14. Now we're down 128% from all-time highs. Like, give me a no. No, that just does that is very hard to understand. Not to mention the RSI is 29. We're oversold on SoFi. Okay? Robinhood. You want to send Robinhood all the way down to like $50, 200% from all-time highs? Like, I'm going to be buying Robinhood shares left and like I'm not going out to eat like dinner for a while. I'm just going to be buying Robinhood shares. Homemade Taco Tuesday. Yeah, I'm going to be making some tacos at home. Like, no, that just like when it comes down technical analysis wise, it doesn't really make sense. Fundamentally, it also doesn't make sense too. Okay? So, what would really make it happen like that? It would have to be a black swan event. It's getting hard to push these stocks down. What would I do? And yes, I see 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, guys, but we have a lot to cover. What would I do if SoFi went down to $14? I'd be buying more shares. Okay? I have a very simple philosophy that has made me into a very profitable trader. It's also made me life-changing money. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of profits. If you are a long-term investor in a company, you buy the blood, you buy the fear, you buy the dip, you pick up discounted shares. If you're a trader, you buy the dip, you sell the rip. It's a simple terminology. And it's getting hard to push these stocks down. So if you agree with me on that notion, definitely drop me a like just on that. But what would I be doing with Robinhood 2 in the 50s? I would be viciously on this account, especially for the public. The account challenge would definitely be going down very quickly from 17 months. Because if I go ahead and bring this account challenge all the way down to 12 months, that's another $12,500, or it's either 10,000 or 12,500. A lot of that money would be going into Robinhood. Obviously Adobe would probably be dragged down at that point too. I'd throw a lot in Adobe, probably pick up more SoFi a lot as well too. I'd be a friggin' idiot not to fully deploy every ounce of capital that I have. If you haven't been following me for a while, my story is pretty simple about how I got into the market. I got in the market during Rona dip 2020. Was very fortunate to get in during that time period. Took a little bit over 100K, turned it into multiple hundreds K. All I did was buy the gigantic dip. I honestly didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know fundamental analysis like I do now. I didn't know technical analysis up until 2022. But I made life-changing money throughout 2020, 21. Yeah, it was really pretty much dumb luck, if you really want to call it that. 2022, I did all right, not as much as the previous 2 years. 23, I got my bum handed to me because I was in the wrong sector. I was in the penny stock market in 23. 24 came out of the red, profitable. I was buying stock like crazy during the summer when nobody wanted stock. That is when you buy. Nobody wanted stock during 2024 summer. Oh, we got to wait until the election. Okay, I'm buying. Do you know what happened after the election? Boom. Stock market all-time high. 5% sell. Oh, we broke all-time highs again, December. 10% sell. I sold a little bit too early. I ended up getting out of all my positions, my trade positions, around January. I think a couple early Feb. And then I went all in on Liberation Day. I spent over $100,000 on stock on Liberation Day. Literally buying Nvidia below $100. Palantir on 2 different accounts. In the 90s, $80, $70. I sold once again a little bit early. Ended up cashing out on all my trades around end of June, and also beginning of July. Should have went into August, maybe September. You're never going to buy the bottom. You're never going to sell the top. So, on a super closing note, once again, Robinhood. People are losing their minds. If this is the bottom on Robinhood, guess what I'm still going to be doing over the course of the uptrend on Robinhood? As maybe Robinhood slowly maybe trends up, I'm going to be buying. You buy on the way down of the V, and you buy on the way up. Obviously, okay, it's not going to be as beautiful as this, but hopefully you understand the point. When a stock crashes, you buy on the way down, and you buy on the way up. You're going to make money regardless, because when that baby goes back to all-time highs and higher, all the times that you bought on the way down and all the times you bought on the way up, you're going to be making money. So on that closing note, with my Rob Zombie t-shirt here, I'm a metalhead, probably going to be listening to some Rob Zombie momentarily and finish my coffee. Hopefully this video brought you joy. Don't listen to the haters. There's a lot of them on social media saying that SoFi and Robinhood is done. I don't believe that nonsense, and neither should you. I'm not a financial advisor, but understand that a lot of these people spreading that shit, they just want you to either sell because maybe they sold too early and they took losses. Remember why you got into stocks, and see you guys on Monday. Take it easy, everyone. Later.